Nothing But Roaring and Masque Theatre present William Shakespeare's Richard III.
Long live the king!
Long live the king!
Once more we sit in England's royal throne, repurchased with the blood of enemies. Thus have we swept suspicion from our seat, and made a footstool of security. Clarence and Gloucester, love my lovely queen, and kiss your princely nephews, brothers both. Now I am seated as my soul delights, having my country's peace and brother's love. And now what rests but that we spend the time with stately triumphs, mirthful comic shows, such as benefits the pleasure of our court. Farewell our sour annoy, for here I hope begins our lasting joy. My brother of Gloucester.
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking-glass, why, I, in this weak, piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away the time, unless to spy my shadow in the sun, and descant on mine own deformity. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover, I am determined to prove a villain. Plots have I laid, inductions dangerous, to set my brother Clarence and the king in deadly hate the one against the other. This day should Clarence closely be mewed up about a prophecy, which says that G of Edward's heirs the murderer shall be. Brother, good day. What means this armed guard?
His Majesty, tendering my person's safety, hath appointed this conduct to convey me to the Tower.
Upon what cause?
He says that a wizard told him that by G his issue disinherited should be. And for my name of George begins with G, it follows in his thought that I am he.
My Lady Grey, his wife, Clarence. 'Tis she that tempers him to this extremity. We are not safe, Clarence, we are not safe.
By heaven, I think there's no man is secure but the Queen's kindred.
I beseech your graces both to pardon me. His Majesty have straitly given in charge that no man shall have private conference of what degree soever with his brother.
We speak no treason, man. We say the king is wise and virtuous, and his noble queen.
I beseech your grace to pardon me, and withal forbear your conference with the noble duke.
We are the queen's abjects and must obey. Brother, farewell. I will unto the king. Your imprisonment shall not be long. Meantime, have patience.
I must, perforce. Farewell.
Simple, plain Clarence, I do love thee so, that I will shortly send thy soul to heaven, if heaven will take the present at our hands. But who comes here? The new delivered Hastings.
Good time of day unto my gracious lord.
As much unto my good Lord Chamberlain. How hath your lordship brooked imprisonment?
With patience, noble lord, as prisoners must. But I shall live, my lord, to give them thanks that were the cause of my imprisonment.
No doubt, no doubt. And so shall Clarence too, For they that were your enemies are his, and have prevailed as much on him as you.
More pity that the eagle should be mewed, while kites and buzzards pray at liberty.
What news abroad?
No news so bad abroad as this at home. The king is sickly, weak, and melancholy, and his physicians fear him mightily.
Go you before, and I will follow you. He cannot live, I hope, and must not die till George be packed with post-horse up to heaven, which done, God take King Edward to his mercy, and leave the world for me to bustle in. For then I'll marry Warwick's youngest daughter. What though I killed her husband and her father? But yet I run before my horse to market. Clarence still breathes, Edward still lives and reigns. When they are gone, then must I count my gains.
Set down your honourable load, whilst I a while obsequiously lament the untimely fall of virtuous Lancaster. Hear the lamentations of poor Anne, wife to thy Edward, to thy slaughtered son, stabbed by the self-same hand that made these wounds. Cursed be the hand that made these fatal holes. Cursed be the heart that had the heart to do it. Cursed the blood that let this blood from hence. Come, now towards Chertsey with your holy load, taken from Paul's to be interred there. And still, as you are weary of the weight, rest you, as I lament King Henry's corpse.
Stay, you that bear the corpse, and set it down.
What black magician conjures up this fiend to stop devoted charitable deeds?
Stand back, my lord, and let the coffin pass.
Unmannered dog, stand thou when I command!
What? Do you tremble? Are you all afraid? Avaunt, thou dreadful minister of hell! Thou hadst but power over his mortal body. His soul thou canst not have, therefore be gone.
Lady Anne, sweet saint, for charity be not so cursed.
Foul devil, for God's sake hence, and trouble us not. O God, which this blood madeth, revenge his death. O earth, which this blood drinketh, revenge his death.
Lady, you know no rules of charity, which renders good for bad, blessings for curses.
Villain, thou knowest no law of God nor man.
Vouchsafe, divine perfection of a woman, of these supposed evils to give me leave by circumstance but to acquit myself.
Fouler than heart can think thee, thou canst make no excuse current but to hang thyself.
I did not kill your husband.
Why, then he is alive.
Nay, he is dead, and slain by Edward's hand.
In thou foul throat thou liest. Queen Margaret saw thy murderous falchion smoking in his blood, the which thou did once bend against her breast, but that thy brothers did beat aside the point.
I was provoked by her slanderous tongue, which laid their guilt upon my guiltless shoulders.
Did thou not kill this king?
I grant ye.
Dost grant me, hedgehog? Then God grant me too thou mayest be damned for that wicked deed. Oh, he was gentle, mild, and virtuous.
The fitter for the King of Heaven that hath him.
And thou unfit for any place but hell.
Yes, one place else, if you will hear me name it.
Some dungeon.
Your bedchamber.
Ill rest betide the chamber where thou liest.
So will it, madam, till I lie with you.
I hope so.
Is not the causer of the timeless deaths of these Plantagenets, Henry and Edward, as blameful as the executioner?
Thou art the cause and the most accursed effect.
Your beauty was the cause of that effect. Your beauty which did haunt me in my sleep, to undertake the death of all the world, so I might live 1 hour in your sweet bosom. It is a quarrel most unnatural to be revenged on him that loveth you.
It is a quarrel just and reasonable to be revenged on him that slew my husband.
He that bereft thee, lady, of thy husband, did it to help thee to a better husband.
His better doth not breathe upon the earth.
He lives that loves thee better than he could.
Where is he?
Here. Why dost thou spit at me?
Would it were mortal poison for thy sake.
Never came poison from so sweet a place.
Never hung poison on a fouler toad. Out of my sight thou dost infect mine eyes.
Thine eyes, sweet lady, have infected mine.
Would they were basilisks to strike thee dead.
I would that they were, that I might die at once, for now they kill me with a living death. Teach not thy lips such scorn, for they were made for kissing, lady, not for such contempt. If thy revengeful heart cannot forgive, lo, here, I lend thee this sharp-pointed sword, which if thou please to hide in this true bosom and let forth the soul that adoreth thee, I lay it naked to the deadly stroke, and humbly beg the death upon my knee. Nay, do not pause, for I did kill King Henry, but 'twas thy beauty that provoked me. Nay, now dispatch. 'Twas I that stabbed young Edward, but 'twas thy heavenly face that set me on.
I will not be thy executioner.
Then bid me kill myself, and I will do it.
I have already. I would I knew thy heart.
'Tis figured in my tongue.
I fear me both are false.
Then never man was true.
Well, put up your sword.
Say, then, my peace is made.
That shall you know hereafter.
But shall I live in hope?
All men, I hope, live so.
Vouchsafe to wear this ring.
To take is not to give.
Look how this ring encompasseth finger. Even so thy breast encloseth my poor heart. Wear both of them, for both of them are thine. Presently repair to Crosby Place, where, after I have solemnly interred at Chertsey Monastery this noble king, and wet his grave with my repentant tears, I will with all expedient duty see you.
With all my heart. And much it joys me too to see you are become so penitent.
Sirs, take up the corpse.
To Chertsey, noble lord.
No, to Whitefriars, there attend my coming. Was ever woman in this humour wooed? Was ever woman in this humour won? I'll have her, but I will not keep her long. What? I that killed her husband and his father, and yet to win her all the world to nothing. I do mistake my person all this while. Upon my life she finds, although I cannot, myself to be a marvellous, proper man. Shine out, fair sun, till I have bought a glass, that I may see my shadow as I pass.
Richard III was a Nothing But Roaring and Masque Theatre co-production, adapted and directed by John Myhill, with editing and sound design by Rebecca Cockcroft. Richard was Isaac Griggs, Hastings was Rob Kendall, Lady Anne was Carmen Simoni, and Clarence was David Deegan. King Edward IV was Steve Applegate, Brackenbury was Alistair Way, Messenger was April Pardoe, and the guards were Maggie Holland and Angela Mays.